Well, hello everyone. It is me, Jackie Wilson, and we are live today for another episode of what? Living Life on Your Terms. And I'm your life coach for today. I thank you all for joining in. I am super excited today. I have some great information that I want to share with you all. It's still about living life on your terms, but my super great news that I'm super excited about is my book. Yay! Today, or yesterday, I want to say yesterday evening, I got my copy of my book of for self-love healing journey book that I have. So it's actually from my, let me see, how can I say this? It is the title of my series. I actually have a series, y'all. I'm super excited. My series is called Love Thyself. Okay, because I'm always talking about self-love, self-care, becoming your authentic, unique self. I'm always talking about those different versions of yourself and how to get there, different statements that you hear me say about how to get to that place in your life where you're living life on your terms and you're not living your life based on what other people think about you, getting other people's opinions to run your life or to maintain your life. It's no problem to get advice, but you don't want to depend on somebody else's opinion in order for your life to be happy, in order for your life to be fulfilled, in order for you to just maintain your everyday life. You don't want to get those suggestions from other people. You want to be able to have those thoughts for yourself, right? To be able to think your own thoughts. So I believe with getting healed from reading my book, and actually this book is the first of its kind. It's the first for me to do this. It's actually a book within a book. Okay, so it's a journal within a book. Okay, so let me rephrase that. It's a journal within a book. So it's actually going to help you through your healing process. You're going to be able to find out what your pain points are, what's been troubling you for some years, maybe something going back to when you were a teenager, maybe even further to when you were a young child and you experienced some traumatic experience that happened in your life and you carried that on as a teenager. And then as a young adult, you didn't go and get help and you're still holding on to that now as a mature adult, as you've gotten older and you're still holding on to some things. Well, I truly believe that this book will help you out. I share inside of here some information about myself, some in different scenarios. I share with you about bits and pieces about me. Some of it you've probably already heard me talk about on a video, but there's some things that you haven't. And it was only meant to be in this book, okay? And so I wanted to share this information with you. I'm super excited about it. We're going to go over and I'm going to share with you what is actually in the book, okay? So what I wanted to do is just share this book again with you, okay? So this is the front cover. And if you know anything about butterflies, the butterflies symbol means transformation from, the caterpillar to a butterfly is transformation. And look at how the caterpillar look like a little worm, and it's just like moving around, like slithering around, right? But once it goes through the cocoon and it hatches, it looks like a beautiful butterfly when it comes out, like it has never been damaged, never been, never dealt with any type of struggle, right? So that's my reasoning for using the butterflies, because it represents transformation into something beautiful, into something that is healed, into something, that is just beautiful to look at. It's pleasing to the eye, okay? Our soul is pleasing when we become healed, okay? It gives us peace. It gives us a sense of self. It gives us, our self-esteem is increased. Our self-worth is increased. Our self-confidence is increased once we go through a form of healing, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you that by the time you read this book, you're going to be totally healed. That would be dishonest. I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is that by the time you finish reading this book, you're going to have a better understanding about healing. You're going to have a better understanding about why it's so important to heal. You're going to have a better understanding about what your triggers are in terms of your pain points, what has been weighing on you, something you thought was holding you back, but it really isn't that. You're going to find that out by reading and journaling in the pages of this book, okay? Because this is a self-guided healing journal book. It's going to help you along the way. Now, there's been times where you've said, I need to get a journal. I need to just write because I'm dealing with some things. I need to write some things down, right? So you'll go through and you'll get the journal and the journal is blank. and you have to fill in the blank. You have to be responsible for what you're going to write in this book, right? Well, guess what? In my journal, it's a self-guided journal. So, and it's a map. It's mapped out in order to help you. So there's questions that are going to ask you how you feeling about this, how you feel about that. So let me share with you what I'm talking about. So we're going to go into the beginning of this book. So now it says right here, I'm going to read this part right here. Okay. It says, I'm not going to read all of it because I have to be mindful of the time, but I'm going to read enough so you get a good understanding. Okay. I'm just going to read some. So what it is it talks about, it says the Love Thyself Healing Series is designed to help encourage and empower women who have endured painful life experiences to reclaim and recover their lives. Are you seeking to gain back control over your emotions? Let me read that again. Are you seeking to gain back control over your emotions? This is guided interactive self-love healing journal for you to journal your thoughts. Release the painful memories and become a better, stronger version of your authentic, unique self. Life happens to us all in many ways. Sometimes we are faced with difficult life experiences such as a relationship ends, loss of a loved one, loss of a job, an illness. The scenarios can keep going on. During and after these life experiences, we are also left to sort out, or in most cases, avoid the emotional remnants that are left. Any one of these unhealed emotions, anger, guilt, shame, rejection, betrayal, fear, pride, unforgiveness, can become an emotional stronghold, taking control of your life and leaving you a prisoner of your own thoughts. Now, how many of you out there can tell me that you've experienced some of the scenarios of what I've said, or these emotions of that you have experienced some of these emotions and how it has left you feeling maybe in some cases paralyzed emotionally? You don't know what to do. Maybe you were fearful of a situation that happened to you, or you just felt like me when I left when my divorce ended. I felt emotionally jacked up. I didn't know if I was going or coming. So I had to figure out, how do I maneuver through life at the age that I was 43 years old, trying to rebuild my life, where at that point I should have been getting ready close for retirement, right? But I was just basically starting my life over all again at 43 years old. So it makes a huge difference in your life when you're going through a traumatic experience and then you're trying to rebuild. How do you move forward? How do you go through that process to be able to get healed, right? So for me, I had to figure those situations out of what do I need to do. So I started realizing there were some things that I needed to do. And I shared with you on the other video yesterday about how I shared actually 6 tips. If you go back to my video on yesterday where it says put yourself first, I shared in there about 6 different golden nugget tips of what I've done through the years in order to help me to heal. I use those same tips to this day. And it's been over 8.5 years since I've been healed from my domestic violence marriage. And actually, I've been divorced for 10 years, but 8.5 of those years, I've been on a healing journey, a solid foundation for a healing journey. Okay. And so I feel healed by what I've been doing for these years. And I share that information with you in this book. Okay. So there's quotes in here that will help lift you up. There's affirmations in here that will help you along the way. It gives you some tips on how to use the affirmations. Okay. Then also there's reflections in here where it shares information about the book. Okay. So let's get to the part because I want to be mindful of the time. So it's broken down into weeks. Okay. So let me just share you this. So this is the first week. Okay. So it says week 1, where it's talking about anger. So as you're going through week 1, there's going to be questions that you're going to be asked about how you're feeling about whatever the questions are asking you about what you've experienced. Okay. And so then it's also some note to self where it gives you some information, some quotes to help you along the way. Then when you get into the journal entry, look at what it looks like. It looks just like a regular journal entry, right? It asks you about the date. It gives you a quote up at the top. It asks you about your mood and your energy, right? As you're going through. So it's asking you a lot about, how you're feeling throughout this book. I check in with you throughout the book and I ask you, how are you doing? I'm going to put this disclaimer out. I have no medical degree, no medical background, okay? But I am a life coach. I am also a certified domestic and sexual violence advocate, and I'm also certified in mental health safety. Okay, so I'm able to talk to individuals that are in traumatic, trauma situations, or individuals that are threatening to commit suicide. I am certified in that to be able to help them through that process. Okay, so I'm super excited about it. I wanted to just kind of share with you that it is just like a regular journal, okay, for the book. And you have pages in here that you can write in. It also gives you information. Let me just get to that page where it goes all the way through. It talks about each individual one. So this is a self-guided journal book to help you through your process of healing, of getting you on a good, solid foundation for healing. It's helping you to reveal and expose what those pain points are, why you feeling maybe stuck in some areas of your life, okay? It's going to help you through the process as you're going through this, okay? So this is the other part I wanted to share. Now, I've talked to you all before about what are some of the things that I did in order to help me through the process. There's a lot of suggestions in here, to help you along the way. The part that I'm looking for is, if you watch one of my previous videos, I talked about removing the mask, okay? So that information is in here too. And I was giving you like a little excerpt about what's in my book when I mentioned that to you, okay? Then the other part that's very important is I talked to you about the secret sauce, okay? You see the pillars, the 6 pillars of love thyself. So this is where you get more into the meat and potatoes about how I've been able to heal and maintain my healing through the years, okay? Then there's some empty pages in here that just says your thoughts. So there's a lot of great information in here for you to be able to, as you're going through your healing journal, for healing journey, for you to be able to write entries into your journal book, okay, which this is what it is. And it's going to help you through that process as you go through there, okay? You're going to become more awakened in regards to what you've been holding on to and the pain that you've experienced and how to be able to move forward, okay? So I want to leave you with this quote that's on the back of the book. It says, unhealed emotions will become lifetime strongholds. Emotions that are healed are liberation for the soul, okay? So that's what's on the back of this book. So it will help you through the process. Like I said, there's all different types of excerpts in here. There's great information into the book. You can also, I'll put into the feed of the video how you can go to Amazon if you want to purchase the book. And by the way, I do have a book just like this that is actually for teenagers, okay? And that book is called The Soul of a Princess. I'm going to come back on when I get a copy of it. I'm waiting for it to be mailed to me. When I get a copy of it, I'm going to do a video on that one too, okay? And that one is for teenagers. So I actually wrote these books at the same time, okay, in order for me to be able to have 2 books out at the same time, right? It was the first time I'd ever done that, but I'm super excited about it. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next video, which is going to be within the next couple of days. I'm going to post up another video, okay? But I look forward to seeing you guys again. So look forward to seeing another video. And by the way, this is the copy of my book. So that way you all can go and look for it. I will drop the feed into the feed of the video, how you can actually purchase it on Amazon. It is in paperback and ebook, okay? So I look forward to seeing you guys later. You all have a great rest of your evening, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next video. Bye-bye.